is a turd sandwich. You're a turd sandwich. Sir, I'm sorry, but you are the turd. You're a turd sandwich.
And what happened
when you are the turd sandwich.
And what happened when his ass got elected?
What's that?
What happened when his ass got elected? You remember South Park? The teacher, I forgot the name. You know what
Mr. Garrett?
Yeah. He ran a fucking muck. To the point where he's popping up at people's
I don't even.
Fucking terrorizing kids.
I don't even want to talk about Trump. That's just
we can
retarded. That's
I thought we need to though.
That's just retarded. And people who vote for him should be out of this country.
I can make a solid argument with people that would vote for Trump.
No,
I never would.
No,
I can make that same argument.
Yeah, like here's the thing.
No, I don't even care.
It's
ridiculous.
So at some point we probably should talk about Trump because the election is coming close.
No.
Yeah,
and probably the next time we
for what?
I think that'll be close for the next
time. Because there are people that are still voting for him. People have to see. I'm telling you, Trump is Primerica.
This election,
he's Herbalife. He's Primerica. He's the Hishinani juice. Whatever scams them bitches be rolling around.
I don't care.
This election, I
don't even care.
Not for nothing. This election is still a toss up.
I think so.
No, not I think. That's what the polls show.
Fuck these polls, Benny. Why are you so pressed on these damn polls, bro? Why are you so pressed on these polls, dog?
All right. And with that.
I love all my friends. Thinking about this life I provide for them. This world has some real things dividing them. My right hand is
Drake song that flashlight.
Not this
part.
I get knocked down, they help me rise again. Ref one lead the game.
Let that beat drop.
I see your head now.
Let that beat drop.
Wait, ain't no nothing. Woo! Now it's time. Now it's time.
Yo, just let 100 gigs run, yo.
The whole 100.
Yeah, yo. Play that housekeeper nose.
All right.
No, hold on. Flash guy, give us PSA before that.
Oh, come on.
I will say that is a decent song. Whole time. I ain't gonna hold you. All the other gripes I got with Drake is legit, but that is a solid song. I'll give him that. I'll give the privileged guy that. The privileged Canadian can have that.
Yo, the boy impressed you, huh?
No, I ain't say that part. I ain't say that part.
All right.
He put a decent song together.
Good day, beer planner.
He's gonna go on 100 gigs and look at the behind the scenes,
I'm really not,
shit.
though. I'm really not. Put a virus in that joint.
You'll look at that.
Put a virus in 100 gigs.
Look at the Air Drake like behind the scene clips and shit.
All right, good day, beer planners. Thank you once again for joining us for another episode of the Beer Plans Podcast. So this is your boy Vinny.
Oh, it's your boy DJ V-Loss.
Drake's #1 Opti Mad Flash.
It's some brown serious.
He doesn't even know who you are.
That's fine.
Now,
which means I can say this without a cease and desist. So I'm okay with that.
Oh,
just saying.
That's how you fight niggas down there. Like, you shut down their business, nigga.
The realest man of the group couldn't be here today. DJ Melodies, aka Himothy. But we're
forget Becky Lynch.
Melodies, we miss you out here.
Forget Becky Lynch being the man.
No,
DJ Melodies is the man.
She's him.
Yeah, she's him.
Miss Timothy out there.
All right, so we decided we was going to pretend like the pink elephants weren't in the room and try to have a little fun to kick off this pod.
Yeah.
And so Flash, you had a interesting thing to talk about, right? An interesting question. You wanted to talk about, what was it? Things that we shouldn't have been doing.
Right. So all right, so we can talk about that. So all right. Shout out to Melodies. I wish you would say it because you're going to need to balance us out on the wild stuff that we always talk about. Now we
wild stuff? There's nothing going on in the world right now. What are you talking about?
We need the adult in the room to come and correct us because we always be talking crazy. So, that being said, there are plenty of things that we did back in the day, like back in the 90s and early 2000s that are frowned upon now. Mm-hmm. The thing that comes to mind is as... We used to call it the cue check. Like as a guy, you would see a girl dancing. Mm-hmm. You walk up behind her, grab her hip, start dancing with her. Mm-hmm. If she push you off, I'm like, ew, you ugly. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or she dance with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure that's considered harassment. So, now it's yo, I don't know. We got to figure, we draw where the line is. And it's interesting because now, like, a lot of young boys I know, I ask them, I be talking to them, I'm like, yo, like, last time I went to a lounge, like, guys all the way on the left side, girls all the way on the right side.
Shameful.
And I'm like, yo, what y'all
Shameful.
doing? Like, why ain't y'all
Shameful.
They like, nah, be chill, we good. And I'm like, yo, what you mean? They like, nah, I ain't trying. I'm like, yo, it's such a sad time, bro. Because it's like, I get their argument because they don't want to, and to their point, now everything's so social media driven. Like, now, if you do something that's inappropriate, it's recorded for the rest of your life. Versus back in our time, if a girl ain't want to dance with you, it's like, hey, get away from me. All right, cool, I'm sorry. Sorry for bothering you. Exactly.
Yeah.
But, like, now, if you do something out of pocket, it's recorded for the rest of your life. But that being said, it's just a lot of stuff now that's, like, unacceptable now that was very acceptable back in the day.
Okay, so that actually brings up what could potentially be a interesting topic of things that aren't acceptable today that were back in the day. But sticking with this this idea of shit that you shouldn't have been doing back in the day.
Right.
All right. Who wants to walk out on this ledge and incriminate themselves?
Well,
As far as which part?
There's no one. This is totally not being recorded. You know. So.
I don't
safe
know.
space.
So hold on a second. So like,
I will say this. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, how the fuck you supposed to have fun nowadays? Like, if you just going out to move your group of friends to another place and spend more money. Like, the whole point of guys going out to like that type of atmosphere, I mean, you know, unless you're married, is to,
in some cases, if you are,
Yeah.
that's your business.
Is to meet girls, and we know under those circumstances, if you don't dance with a girl, like say you see a girl, you feeling her, whatever, back that ass up is on, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. If you don't dance with her, she ain't coming to you. So that's just a missed opportunity. So what are you supposed to do?
I don't know, man. This generation
Sit back and be a whole.
They don't really dance like that now.
And I will say this too, like,
Yeah,
and it's weird
God.
because
It's like, yeah, if you
Oh,
ever, if you ever see,
God.
like, I saw like a it's a funny. I saw something that always goes viral on Twitter. It's like it was like some kind of video at some some big party in Houston, and it was like a big outdoor spot. But yeah, they were playing some music, some poppin' music. I think it was a Drake song, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, everybody was just kind of standing around to themselves, record themselves, like
God
that's pretty
damn.
much how it is these days.
This
you
is-
know,
this-
it's like you're going out for the look, like you're going out like you know what I'm saying. So I don't think
That
it's
sucks.
not- and I can speak because I be out here in these streets a little bit, so I can say like the last because I went to a lounge recently, some months, a little while ago. And it was a little different for me because I was in a section, and then and that's I've had my rants before about how like the section culture is what's killed the club. Yeah, I'll don't get me started on that.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But point being, we were but yeah, it was like that initially in the section. Everybody just sitting around smoking hookah. Not really. It's like the vibes. Everybody about the vibes these days. You know what I'm saying?
and I will say this, like,
you know what I'm
back
saying?
in. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was
Mr.
like, no, you're right. I was done. But I was just like going to say like, yeah, no one for a period of time, like, yeah, no one was real. Everybody was just chilling, smoking hookah, trying to look. The girls was like, making sure they had pictures and videos of themselves looking cute.
But that's
for
a
their
scenario.
IG stories.
But that's a
and-
scenario where you go in there, you ain't going to be dancing up with no ass. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you will eventually.
No.
that
Oh,
does
sorry.
happen.
No.
That does happen in section.
I
Oh, does it?
not.
Okay, excuse me.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
And like, granted, and PSA, Flash is married out the game, so none of this really matters.
This is all back in your backsliding
Right.
days.
But Flash, when he was single, there's no way in the world. That's why I never, like, even on my early birthdays, I never would pay for a section. I might just go to the club because I know me. Yo, why am I going to pay hundreds of dollars to be sitting looking at the same news I see every day? And
Right.
girls out here on this
Yeah,
floor.
I've never been big on sections like that.
No.
But from what
Sections is about
but from
flow.
what
I'm
I'm
gonna
hearing,
go out here and then we gonna see what happens.
but from what I'm hearing, that's basically what going out is now. It's
Yo,
just a less expensive VIP lounge.
I'm gonna tell you how scary it is
Yeah,
out
pretty
here
much.
though.
Yeah.
Like, so
Fuck
for the,
that.
I'm gonna tell you how scary it is out here. So for the young boys, I know I be talking. They be like, "Yo, look, yeah, I mean, they be like, look, you don't even call girls no more. It's like either y'all DMing each other or y'all texting.
Oh, that's
It's not
fine.
even calling.
That's
and I'm
fine.
like, yo, why? I can tell you the same thing. Nah, but we need this documented because just in case we need receipts. Just in case some like chick try to say something, or in case a guy try to say something, no, I need to have receipts showing that this is what happened. And not even on no like aggressive standpoint, but if a girl try to say, "No, you was pressing me," now I need to be able to say that you was pressing me first, which leads to nobody talking to nobody because nobody want to get caught looking crazy.
Question.
No,
on the flip
wild,
on the flip side of that, is that why the younger chicks, and by younger I'll say, I don't know, under 35 because we old as shit in here, be giving out like their IG instead of their number because I always took it as
religion up quick. Like,
I think
you said it's like
I think it's a couple things.
It took me a long time to understand that wasn't a curb. I thought it was like a respectful way to be like, nah, I'm good, and because like that the first, I don't know how many times that happened to me, I just wouldn't do anything with it because I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. She wasn't feeling it, but then someone had like a younger dude had to explain to me like, nah, like that's how the main way of communicating that.
Yeah.
And I was shit.
It's like,
and here's the thing: they need to be able to. So, like, if something go crazy, they need to be able to tell everybody, "No, this is what I did," which then leads to you not having a genuine situation because you talking with somebody with the intention of still saving the face if it goes left, versus sitting back saying
I think that's part of it. I think that is just these younger kids don't want to make the effort. To, you know what I'm saying?
Don't want to. They just might not have to.
No, listen.
I mean, that's true because they have way more. When we were hollering at girls, yo, that was the only way to talk to them is to talk on the phone. See, now you can you go to work and you be texting all day. You ain't gotta wait till you get home and talk to a girl. Taking it a step further with the IG shit, like most things you want to know about a girl. You just get her IG. And plus, like, the fact that you can DM her also, you know what I'm saying? And then Snap is another thing, too. Like you can see what somebody's doing, like, during the day. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I also think it's just the fact that it's I don't know, it's like that wall of intimacy there, right? It's just like, you know, I'm going to get a little bit close. I ain't going to get too close, though.
But the culture kind of created that, though. I think, sadly, and I think, we gotta, it's the whole one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. You gotta realize that, like, I've had conversations with women where, the whole, like, when dudes take rejection the wrong way, right, and it gets scary and it gets dangerous, where it's like the point where I knew someone who said something like, girl, I guess if a girl's not really feeling you, but she like. It's like she's worried you're gonna like flip out. She'll give you a fake number, right? Mm-hmm. But if some dudes will take it a step further. No, call that right now. I want to make sure it's good, and then that puts you in a potentially unsafe situation. So I think those kind of scenarios, sadly, what contributed to this place where, like, between the interactions between men and women, like everybody's kind of operating on like a. You're going to be guarded. You're going to have a wall up. You're going to always going to be on a defense to a degree because you're worried about like X, Y, Z for the men's perspective. You don't want to ever come off too aggressive, too creepy. On the female's perspective, it's more so like, you know what? I always got to factor my safety in here. How can I trust you?
But also, what about the times like it's made like a production out of rejecting a guy? You know what I'm saying? Like where it's like you making the face and you if the woman's in a power position, like by that I mean we're the homegirls, you know what I'm saying, like dressed all up, looking cute, and you just on the humble, like I think you're cute, whatever, and like I said, make a big production about rejecting the fuck out of you.
Wait, that's your riz though.
What's that?
That's your riz. That's how you approaching the chick.
What, with all the friends?
Like, I think you're beautiful or whatever.
I would.
That's your riz. I'm joking with you. Go ahead.
I don't know. Let me see. Have I done that?
I would. I don't know about your friends. I'm like, I'm gonna try to holler at you.
We know your riz.
Well, I mean, it's just, but what I'm saying, and then like thinking like that's not probably the only girl that's rejected you that night. You know what I'm saying? So the topper is I put myself out these couple times tonight, and now I'm being made a fucking fool of.
But
because
embarrassment's different. Embarrassment's different.
But like Flash has always said, like you can't, as a dude, you can't really worry about that part. If she gonna be extra,
she can say that.
If she gonna be, no, I'm talking about. I said Flash. Like
Flash,
I thought you said as a dude, you can't worry about that because like The thing is this, in that scenario where a chick want to be extra, make the faces, talk about like that's a her thing. That's a her issue internally. She trying to impress her friends for whatever reason. And the crazy part is she might have normally rocked with you if she was by herself. That's cool. That part is what it is. I do think we kind of stumbled on an interesting topic because.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I got to say one thing real quick.
Yeah.
So to me, like this Flash, but
He's never been rejected, so don't even
Yes, I
listen to
have.
him.
Plenty
Don't
of
even
times.
listen to him.
Plenty of times.
Don't.
But
Yo, let me tell you about this time when I was in college. My rejection story is like, yo, Shorty said, nah, I don't like the color of your shirt, and then somehow we wound up in a threesome with her best friend. That shit
Right. I don't like the
crazy.
color of your shirt, so nigga, take it off.
Right.
Don't listen to his. Don't listen to him.
Go ahead.
Don't listen to him.
now I'm gonna say like a metaphor to me, like in terms of this whole social media thing and like real life, is like to me it's the equivalent. It's the same situation I have all the time when I go into like LA Fitness. I want to work out in the gym. Maybe I need to beep that gym name out. But anyway,
I
it's
know giving up free
so like
sponsors.
like again, and I give you another side story about when Flash is about to come out of retirement. He's about to get ugly one day, but I was
shit.
like where
Oh shit.
like so older guys, we be in there like, yo, I'm just trying to play, bro. Like, let's go get this basketball game and we gonna do what we gotta do. But then, like, young dudes come in and like versus just getting the game and we gonna play this 3-on-3, 5-on-5. Like, it takes almost 30 minutes to get a game up because everybody got some of their IG live. Nobody wants to look bad. Everybody takes 10 minutes trying to pick up who they gonna play. And the old guys like, yo, can we play? Like, I got something to do, bro. I gotta get my daughter from daycare. I gotta go to the market.
Right.
Yo, let's get this game in.
Right.
And it's like, and then and to me, it almost leads to the sense of like grandeur where they're like, nah, I gotta get my followers. Nobody cares what you doing, bro. Like, if you win or lose, nobody's gonna care after this live.
Mad at them
Can
followers
we
is fake.
get this game on? Like, everybody thinks they're celebrity, and most people don't care. And my thing is, it kind of and I know I'm not surprised like an old guy, but it kills the time that you're doing now because everybody's trying to set up what they think will be a grand memory. And it's like, yo, look, you gonna play more games since today. You're gonna probably throughout this week. You're probably gonna play 5 more games.
Right.
Yo, nobody unless you going pro, unless you playing college,
Right.
which none of y'all here because y'all wouldn't be here right now. But if y'all are, can we get this game, man? But everybody, it takes literally almost 30 minutes because everybody's up there live. Nobody wants to lose. Listen, I will go on the PSA right now. I do not care whether I win or lose. Can we just play the game?
You know what?
Can we get it going?
30
Kinda to that-
minutes. At
kinda-
that point, I would have just left.
Yeah, it's kind of to that point. I like to that. I've made a rule for myself. When I go to concerts, I don't take my phone out.
Right.
I stopped doing that because like I remember I went to the Watch the Throne concert with Kanye and Hove, and took like a bunch of videos, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Asked me how many times I ever went back.
Yeah,
to
it
listen
just
to
clogged
the video.
up your phone.
You know what I'm saying? And what phone? Because I don't even think I had those videos anymore. And so it's like rather than being in the moment and enjoying it, it's like you're so wrapped up in trying to capture the moment that you miss the moment. I remember.
And he had one of the hardest lines in that Watch the Throne tour. Jay-Z did. I gotta give him that credit.
Which one?
When he was like, "Fuck y'all mad at me for y'all know what I've been through." I was with boss like now. Y'all like I swam with it with great whites. Y'all motherfuckers would have been chewed.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Woo! I said okay. I see you.
So like I remember like there was YouTube like did this like concert series with The Weeknd doing like the Starboy run, and all you saw like was like in the entire crowd, and he trying to get the crowd hyped up. No one's responding and nothing like that. All you see is this.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is I'm holding up my phone with the flash on because everyone in the crowd is so caught up with trying to record the artist that they came to see that no one is in the moment getting hype and enjoying the moment that's been set up to experience. And I think I think that's the sort. I think we approach this whole why did the dudes be on this side and the girls be on this side when you go out to the party spots now the wrong way. I think what it is it's not so much I'm scared about the media. I think that might be a component, but I think what we might have stumbled on is the primary reason, which is everyone's so caught up in trying to capture the moment that they don't enjoy the moment. Like, all right, so I went to New York a few weeks ago, and I was hanging out with one of my boys, right, and the motherfuckers party different, right? Mm-hmm. But long story short, we wound up at an afty spot, right? Mm-hmm. And we chilling in the afties, and that shit is a whole fucking vibe. No one got their phones out. No one's trying to, like, men is mingling with women and vice versa and all of that, and it's all love because, like, for whatever reason in this particular spot that we was in, there was no one pressed about their IG content. No one's trying to capture whatever. And maybe that's just something with New York afties, but like even before the afties, like all the spots we went to before that, like it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? So I think like in certain places, part of the culture is trying to capture the moment, and that's what's causing people to lose track of the moment.
Well, also it's like I did a gig the other day where it was like a bunch of like influencers and shit, like, and the gig was geared towards them. You know what I'm saying? So like no matter what was going on, there was this vehicle in the middle of the whatchamacallit, right? And all you see was all these kids, like get near it, in it, on top of it, all this shit, like taking a picture of it or whatever, and it just hit me like some of these motherfuckers, it's their job to do this. Like even if a girl is out, she got 200K followers. It's her job to have on a sexy dress, and
that part is fine.
Right.
I'm not worried about the people who are monetizing it, and I'm not even worried about so much the people who are serious about trying to monetize it. It's all the regular motherfuckers that know in their heart of hearts this isn't what they're trying to do, that are just mindlessly doing it to a point of compulsion. Right. It's compulsive behavior.
I can I'm somebody who's a little guilty.
Well, I'll give you another example real quick. So I was watching the Shawn Michaels autobiography on A&E the other day, and the one part that came up was when they had the curtain call. If y'all don't know what the curtain call is, when Shawn, Hunter, Scott Hall,
R.I.P.
Yes.
And
God.
Kevin Nash.
I mean, I like to know.
And
but I met him in person. He was a whole asshole.
Who?
Scott Hall.
He probably drunk or high.
He was a nigga though.
Yeah.
I fucked with Scott Hall.
Whole asshole. I was like, I went into my mind like, that's Scott Hall. What you tell you? He's like, what's raising my? That little man with WTI. He looked like, man, just look at my face. I was like,
I am Rizzo Ramon.
He was in character.
I'm from the port of Miami. That nigga was not Cuban.
Yo, can we also get a pause to like Yokozuna was not Japanese? He
was Samoan. He's Samoan. 1000% Samoan. Yep.
Bruh. Shout out to
him and Roman Reigns are the same bloodline.
Yeah, they're all family.
But
go ahead. The Shawn Michaels died.
So I was just gonna say that the curtain call is when they all broke character and hugged each other because Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were going to WCW. Mm-hmm. The guy who recorded that was on the documentary.
Oh, nice.
Talking about, that's my video. It wasn't bragging about it, but just saying, like, this is my video, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody is trying to capture that. They all trying to be that person that their video goes viral for whatever reason.
That's different though, because you're recording entertainers. You're not recording random people trying to live their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different if I'm sitting back and like I'm at a basketball game and I'm recording LeBron James. That's one thing. But I'm sitting back and me, Ma, just trying to get her groceries, and she followed me. Ha ha! Old lady fell. Pop post. It's like, come on.
Yeah, if the four of us go outside, my thought or my rule is we flick it up a little bit at the top. Mm-hmm. You take a video. Mr. Brown got to get his obligatory shot video, and that's perfectly fine.
Hold on, Mr. Brown for being one of the best social media. He is our social media person, bro. It's like, Lord knows what would happen if we didn't have him, because I don't know what we be doing, bro. Like, I'm struggling.
I don't understand these algorithms, bro.
Me, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I know I don't. I ain't gonna hold you.
But yeah, like I do. So I remember that Shawn Michaels. The funny thing, I saw this video of Shawn Michaels at a house show, and somebody shouted something to him out the crowd. It was like, "Hey, Shawn Michaels, you're short or whatever. Like, you short as shit or whatever." He was like, "I'm tall when I stand on my stack."
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and it's like suck it. Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
What's what I mean?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I want to point out.
No, go ahead.
I just want to make this point too, and it goes into social media and to all of that. Like, so like the part that like Vilas brought up a good point with Shawn Michaels in that picture. The part I think that the other part that goes behind that though is like Shawn Michaels had consequences behind that. Triple H had consequences behind that because Triple H was to be king of the ring. The higher ups called and said, "No, fuck that. You're not doing that
Triple H just talked about
you
that.
ruined it." Yeah,
He had
was
to
like,
pay a
"No,
price.
you ruined it." You know what I mean? Like so. And the same with these social media influencers. We see them posting them 1,000 followers. You don't see when they get locked up and they got to post that same $1,000 to make bail.
You don't even got to go that far. You don't see them when they're by themselves and they're not like they are not what you see posted because it's not their personality. Same thing with YouTubers. Like, and we forget that a lot of it is entertainment and like we forget like that's actually one of the things that wrestling I think has done really well. Like you blend. The entertainment in real life is so blended that you're like, wait, is this real?
No, you can tell. And like,
well,
that
was in the Vince McMahon document.
Right, which is actually a perfect segue
that was in the Vince McMahon
into the nasty shit that we've been trying to avoid. So, Flash and Vilas, y'all caught the Vince McMahon doc. I still gotta watch it. Mr. Brown, you haven't watched it yet, right?
I've seen a little bit.
I've never binged a documentary in my life.
Oh, side note, can I say this? If your documentary has to be more than like movie length, like has to be multiple episodes, first of all, swag. So you did some wild shit, my nigga.
No, so hold on. So
it needs to be explored.
So to Vince's credit, none of that was really on that drama that he had going on. A lot of stuff was the building of the WWE, and it was a lot of stuff that happened business wise to them. And here's what I will say, right? Because I will tell you, I watched the whole documentary, and my disclaimer is: this is drunk Flash, it's not sober Flash. So I'm gonna say that. But I do feel like...
What's the difference?
I don't know. But I will say this, and this is my personal belief with anybody, whether you're Martin Luther King or you're Malcolm X, or you're anybody. I call it the celebrity... I use the NFL clause. Like the same things that make you a dope person can make you a target or make you a terrible person in other people's eyes. Like the same confidence that it takes to be Chad Johnson and run across the fucking... or Terrell Owens... and run across the middle of the field and get smacked by Ray Lewis over and over again is because you had that confidence. But you're that same person out here, you have him talking to police, he's not listening to what you guys say because that same quality is there, is I'm going to stand on business regardless of who you are. And I feel like with every celebrity or any successful person, you have good things, you got bad things, but I believe you don't get to the top of being where you are without being just that type of sociopath, workaholic, that type of just, I'm going to do what I want to do regardless.
Well, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Facts.
Being at the top of your game is a deliberate decision.
So his
you don't become the top by mistake, Paul.
So, go ahead. So I'm gonna say this. Cause I'm gonna say this. I just thought of a better example of this, and I hope it doesn't come out the wrong way because he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. But John Jones. The UFC.
John Bones Jones?
Yep. Johnny Bones Jones.
His brother used to play for the Ravens.
Yeah. Arthur Jones.
Yeah.
So, like, with John Jones, he came out smoking hot. Ran through the best of the best in the UFC. Outside of the cage, he did a hit and run on the pregnant woman. He got caught with steroids. He got, but the same person that made John Jones that person... And I'm not saying whether it's steroids, but the same personality, the same characteristics that drove him to success on this side, when you take him out of the cage, they're bad qualities. And I feel like that's the same for any successful person. You don't get to be successful without being just a little bit of crazy, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I could be wrong.
And narcissistic.
Right.
So to that, I guess before we dive into Vince himself as best we can, what is y'all like short, like quick review of the doc? Like out of 10 stars, how many stars would y'all?
I would give it 10 because I think it gives a good.
Oh wow, okay.
It gives a good interest. It gives a good look into who Mr. McMahon is as a person. So even though he did the stuff he did, to me it gives me a picture of not justifying and not saying it was right, but I get how he thought in that.
So did they talk about his origin story?
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, because that shit is crazy.
Not the molestation part. They didn't get into that.
Oh, okay.
But they got into the part of how he had to kind of scramble and scrape, and he had to always, anytime, like at one point, so like with So backstory: Vince got the WWE because he bought it from his dad,
who he didn't know was his dad.
Yeah,
Right.
facts.
I do know.
I don't know if that's in the doc.
Right, no.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hold on. I'm as Vince was as Vinny would say, walk with me.
Walk with
yeah,
me.
man. So like, so
ISO on Flash.
fact. So like with Vince McMahon, right? He had to buy the WWE from his dad. Like Vinny said, he didn't know, and it was an all or nothing. Because had he missed one payment, he lost the whole deal, and he bought it, and he beat his dad out basically, and he became his dad's boss. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, now he got his son Shane, and Shane's like, I want to be the top of the company, and Vince is like, no, you're not making the right moves to show me you this, and basically Vince told him like, yo, if you want this, then you need to do what I did to my dad. You need to overthrow me.
You gotta take it from me.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So to that point, everybody's gonna from the outside looking in, it's like, nah, he's a monster. He's like, nah. When you see what he went through to get this, and now he got this, it's like,
oh, he's a monster.
Exactly.
He's Bane.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But here's my thing, but he got molded in the Bane because the same thing.
Born in this. Molded in this.
Facts. But he got that because his dad was like, no, and he was like, if this is what you want, then this is what you got to do. Because his dad agreed to it. Like Vince McMahon's dad agreed to it. He said, look, you want this company. He basically gave him the financial equivalent of prior from my cold dead hands. And that's what Vince did.
Vince said that.
Right.
Less.
Exactly. So now Vince's son, Shane McMahon, is trying to do the same thing. And Vince told him the same thing, and Shane folded.
Shane wasn't built like that.
Right. So my point
no
being
disrespect to Shane, because Shane is
no,
like
for
that.
sure. But my point being is that it gives you that, you get that inside look like, oh, this makes sense then. Because the income comes down at the end of the day, it's like, all right, this is why you thought what you thought. This is why you did what you did. And when Vince's talks, he's like, no, this is how it happened. Even to the war with WCW. He was like, yo, real talk, it was a couple of times I thought I was going to go out of the business. But I'm going to stand on business. Mm-hmm. If you his son, I need to know that you can handle this. I need to know that you can handle a war with WCW, and we got NWO, we losing ratings, and we about to sell out, and that you're not going to sell the company because y'all doing bad. I need to know that you can stand doing business. But you're not going to get that just reading the newspaper. So, you know what I'm saying? So it just gave a good inside look into that.
So to piggyback off of what he's saying, the one instance talking about how crazy. First of all, I agree with the 10 out of 10. First of all, it's a good look that a lot of people aspiring to be successful needs to look at. That if you want to be successful, you gotta be in this shit. You know what I'm saying? You have certain rules you live by. Don't ever sell. That was a good one. Yep. Don't ever sell. No matter how bad things are, never sell. But going to the Shane McMahon part, how it got to a point where what's his face? Shane. I'm not gonna spoil anything in particular, but Shane wanted to do this business deal.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
And Vince was like, you're going to have to kill me to get this deal with.
Or put your own money in. He ain't
right, and he didn't want to do his own. So Vince gave him a little dagger. He's like, if you really want this deal to go down, you're going to have to fucking kill me right now. I'm just going to say real quick. When Shane didn't do that, Vince was like, and that's why why you'll never be the head of this company.
Yeah, and that's because, and we're not trying to sound like we glazing Vince because we know what the current like climate is, but like that ideas are free, successful ideas cost.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, and so I think that Vince thing is interesting. I really want to watch that doc. I watched two YouTube ones before this came out, like last year sometime. One was his origin story, and I was like, that left me like, oh shit, Vince is a nigga.
Yeah,
he got that shit straight from the mud. You know what I'm saying? And then the second one was like more about like how he took WWE from his dad, because a lot of it was, and I don't know if they get into this, and spoiler alert, just in case they do, how wrestling had a gentleman's understanding.
Yes.
That it was a regional thing.
That's common knowledge, though.
It was a regional thing that, like, his dad had, what was it, the Northeast or whatever it was, as the WWWE, the WWWF, if I remember correctly. And then there was someone that had the Southeast, and then other parts of the country. It was divided up, and it was a gentleman's handshake that we don't impede on each other's territory. And Vince, when he got the opportunity, was like, "No, I'm good." He was Marlo. Wait, now that I think about it, Vince was Marlo.
No. Hold on. I'm not even gonna let you do that because he's not even Marlo. Mr. Man is like Ghost on steroids. Tell you why? Because this is not his first, not his second, his third time fighting the feds. Third, he 2-0 against the feds, shorty. Like, and even on top of that, every time he stood on business. And on top of that, he was like, the feds came to him and was like, look, take this plea deal and we gonna do this. Vince was like, nah, fuck it, we gonna fight this shit.
Let's go deep into that.
Out on top, bro.
Which I didn't know.
He is Ghost on steroids.
Yo, you want to talk about a real nigga, yo? Like, yo, I don't even give a fuck if it's a spoiler alert. Yo, fucking
spoiler alert.
Fucking, yo, the fans went to Hogan.
Yes! Yo, I said, Hulk, don't you do it.
Yo,
Hulk, you better not do it.
They said, Hulk Hogan, you say this, you'll be good, yo. And Hulk was like, hell yeah, I'll do that. Yo, he went up there. They said, so did Vince McMahon tell you to get steroids? Nope. Did you ever buy steroids from
And the whole time, Vince and that bitch, Vince like, I'm just gonna take my fake shot. Vince is Young Thug right now. Vince is Young Thug. He's sitting there, Vince like, I'm just gonna see how this shit gonna play out.
Hogan stood on business? He still
He
said
did.
toes?
No, all right, hold on. So he semi-stood on business. Because he still took the stand.
Right.
But he didn't snitch on Vince. So I will give him that. He didn't. So he semi-stood on business.
Even though he told the fans that he would. Like, he told the DA, like, look, I'll tell him whatever you want.
So he pulled it 2 times.
You know what he is?
Because they couldn't prove that he lied, so you can't get him on nothing.
If he's not, so if this is power, what's the dude Dre that was like snaking the whole time?
Yeah.
Hogan is Dre.
That was Tommy's boy, right?
No. Ro Timmy's character.
Bro, Timmy, that's Dre.
That was 50. That was 50.
Hogan is Dre and power.
Yeah,
Hogan is Dre and power.
So look, I think the appropriate.
I'm sorry, something one thing.
Yeah.
To all the women listening to this podcast, I'm so sorry that we like dry y'all up right now.
What's he mad dry?
This is what I talk about.
Just fuck the engagement. Just click off this pod if you haven't already. But we about to be on some man.
We get y'all back in a second, I promise.
All right, Melodies, come save us.
Right, exactly. This is what happened when Himothy isn't here.
Right, and we're left unattended.
Exactly. Like when the adults aren't in the room, this is what happens.
Well, there's one adult in the room.
But if we want
look, he said that like, y'all.
Mr. Brown's like, these niggas is off the rails.
But if you want to bring it back, to a unisex type of thing, watch the Vince McMahon documentary. Watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger Netflix documentary.
I didn't even know there was one on Arnold.
I saw that.
It's up there with the Vince McMahon documentary. Well, maybe not because there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot more nostalgia with the Vince McMahon than Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it's all talking about their path to success, and you start to see parallels. Like, you can't be a normal motherfucker out here and want to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can I say this too? I'm sorry, this is my last point with
this. No, go ahead.
Vince died. And this is why I had to respect Vince, because to me he's like a mob boss almost. Like, I can't speak to the sexual aspect case. I honestly don't know, but escapades. But I honestly don't know.
We've seen the text. So.
But right, sure, we did. But I will say this: when it came to his wrestlers, he always stood on business. Like, even when it came time, like when WCW was becoming the thing, and wrestlers was like, yo, I want to go to WCW. He was like, look, you know that's the out. But at the same time, yo, I know that you got to feed your family. I know you got to take care of this business. So look, here's how you negotiate the right way. So when you go over there, your family eat. Here's the right way that you do your business. So when you go over there, you good. And I'm gonna tell you this: when I listened to this, and again, apologies to the ladies, but for all the incels in here, we about to cut the Montreal screw job with Bret Hart and Vince.
Fuck Bret on that.
Because the whole
Bret on
right. I was Team Bret.
30 years later, still fuck Bret.
Yo, still
no, listen,
Bret.
because I ain't gonna hold you. Like, up until this point, I was like, yo, Bret Hart was Vince was in the wrong. When I looked at it, Bret was the one that was being trifling. And I'm like,
he wouldn't drop the belt. He tried to retain the belt and go to WCW.
Exactly.
He tried to have it all.
So he can't have it both ways. Yeah.
So if you invest in, what do? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and when I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, you know what? In that situation, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
again, talking about real nigga shit. He went to Sean the Hunter. He was like, look, I take the blame for this. Like, somebody asked you about this.
I give you one better. Even after the shit fell through,
Oh,
he said,
God.
I'm going to Bret Hart personally.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this L.
Yeah.
He went over to Bret Hart. Bret Hart beat the shit out of me. Like, all right, I'm going to take that. As a grown-ass man, as a whole billionaire, you ain't never got to do that. So like, he stood on business. Vince, for whatever bullshit he got going on the outside, I don't know. But when it came to his business, he always stood on business.
Well,
I gotta respect.
I think one of the major takeaways, it sounds like, from this doc is what Vilas has said multiple times on this pod, which is there's no such thing as a nice billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You like there's anybody that you look up to as a model of success has a stream of dead bodies behind them.
But keep in
to
mind,
get to that.
Even the nicest person, I bet you, The Rock.
Let me say
The Rock has probably done fucked up shit.
What?
Hold on. No. So here's my thing with The Rock.
The Rock, you can say Issa Rae.
No. Here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see The Rock as having a moral lacking. He may do some bad stuff, but looking at his autobiography and looking at him, I don't think he's going to do moral messed up stuff.
It's not about morality.
No.
He's not talking about morality.
Walk with me. What I'm saying is, I don't see him doing deplorable stuff. But what I do see with Mr. Man is that whatever stuff he had going on, like when it came to his wrestlers, like, because here's my thing, like, you let your daughter marry one of your wrestlers and gave you a blessing. And the view I got from the documentary was that, yeah, he always blurred reality with the business. But I never felt like he was trying to play people. I think he always was like, yo, I'm going to try to do the right thing on the business standpoint. It was right by everybody, whether they agree with it or not. Because 90% of the time when somebody like, Vince did this, and then Vince like, no, but I did it because of this, and you have wrestlers backing it, it's like, so what are we talking about?
Yeah, I think like the Vince, what I gather from what I have seen, I haven't seen the Netflix doc, but what I have seen on him is that shit was his life. Like there's been wrestlers
so much so that when his daughter was getting married, Triple H, he was like, let's put on pay-per-view. They like, no, fuck no. And he like, he was like, y'all just selfish. And it's like, they like, no, we not putting this pay-per-view. But it's to the point where like, I just feel like Vince, he lived, sleep, eat, and breathe that business.
And when when you start thinking about the different people that people look up to, they have those similar qualities. Jordan, Kobe, may he rest in peace. Elon Musk, as idiotic as he's been over the last 5 years. Steve Jobs was a gaping
Mayweather,
Floyd. This motherfucker, yo. When I heard the story about how he would go to the club, not drink a thing, and at 2 a.m. jog from the club back to the spot, I was like, oh yeah, that's he got that cloth. He's built of greatness.
I'll give you one more surprising than that. One, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Would be like even Jordan co-signing, like it'd be nothing for him to leave the club and be like, yo, you gonna smash these chicks? No, we can go to the gym. And he would have his homeboys, six, seven, however many of them there is, y'all just shoot shots. 3 in the morning. I just want to see how the ball bounces so I can bounce the rebound.
Yeah, so you can get the rebound.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, they different.
Motherfuckers aren't great by mistake, and motherfuckers aren't successful by happenstance. It is conscious decisions, and that is the cost of that leisurely shit that all of us like to try and do to quote unquote escape, and it's at the cost of people. There's dead bodies laying in the wake of every successful.
Can I say something about Dennis Rodman?
No. Before you get to that, I'm gonna just say one more thing. So, to speak to Michael Jordan's like OCD of being great, like I remember dude beat him in the drill going back because Jordan was already tight coming in, and he had how many flights, and the guy like beat him in the drill like, yeah, I got that, and he was just like,
I took that personal.
He was like, exactly. He said,
oh, is that where that's from?
He said,
from the Jordan doc.
Yeah, he said, okay. He said, I'll be back next week. He was like, get your rest. He was like, I'm going to bust your ass. You won't score a point. What do you think happened?
He didn't score a point.
He didn't score a fucking point. Bro, like, yo, Jordan is different. There's something different about those type of people.
There's stories of Jordan.
So they're going to end up doing fucked up shit sometimes.
So Jordan didn't do fucked up shit. He was just like a
I'm just saying in general.
Like, because Jordan be the one that's like, I don't care if you're shooting dice. I want what's in your pocket. Like, he's not not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like there are like you said,
Kobe was the same way.
To Kobe last, there's no like Vinny was saying, there's no nice billionaires. You ain't got to be deplorable, but you don't get to that level while having a certain level of tenacity, without having a certain level of just F everybody else. This is what I want, and then you get there, and now you're there. But my point being is just like, yo, we gotta acknowledge that. I just feel like I hate the fact that when you can have saved the world, because
just say whatever you was gonna say. Go, fuck that filter.
whether you are a CEO from Bad Boy, whether you
all right, we might have to edit this.
Let me finish.
Look at Mr. Brown's eyes. You're like, don't do it.
Let me finish.
Don't do
Let
it.
me finish. Whether you are a CEO from Bad Boy, whether you are a CEO from Def Jam, whether you are a rapper that's a billionaire from Rockefeller, whether you are now top of the NBA and made schools for everybody, at some point there's certain levels that drive you to be that, and the things that you go through to get that shouldn't necessarily define you. My only point with this is this: nobody's perfect. At the end of the day, should you do things to benefit humanity, you have to acknowledge that. I'm not saying that we have to sit back and make statues of you, even though we got statues of Confederate people that, Lord knows, try to do bangers a million of times. But I'm going to digress. But that being said, the good things you do should not outweigh the bad, no matter who you are.
Or contributions to the business.
Right. So my thing is, we can acknowledge that you did some messed up stuff. And I say this after having many meditations on
Look at
this.
Mr. Brown.
You can't take away the good you've done for society. You can't take, like, the bad you have to acknowledge, but you can't take away the good they've done for society. Because whether you take away certain people wouldn't be at Howard. There's certain doctors, lawyers, teachers that would never got to Howard had not been for a certain person's money. Whether you want to admit it or not, like, you take it with this person's influence, there's a lot of empty Monday nights, a lot of empty Friday nights, a lot of empty Thursday nights, because we ain't watching wrestling as 9-year-olds. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying these people are perfect, but you can't discount all the good they did for society because they did some bad stuff.
So,
I'm gonna leave it
so
alone.
you got the theory that, like, we shouldn't take away all that Dr. King did because he had side chicks.
No, that's stupid.
But yeah,
that's
yeah,
stupid.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
dumb.
I had to pick.
That's dumb.
I had to pick the highest pedestal person because
I agree with you.
The fact
Words
that
are right.
the fact that to me, and for me personally, the fact that Dr. King had side chicks actually humanized.
I was going to say, that doesn't make him seem more normal.
Here's my
Exactly,
thing. But here's my thing, and this is my point right here.
We about to get in some podcast, bro.
No.
Like,
no, fuck. I don't
status,
give a fuck.
but go ahead.
Word to Vinny for bringing it out, and I agree 100%. And yeah, like I said before, yes, you shouldn't take away the good.
Malcolm
from
X that side,
but but
Detroit Red.
No. But man, fuck these other dudes that these original fucking snitches ass like Edgar Hoover and all these other motherfuckers that we want to be sitting back putting back. Like,
J. Edgar Hoover.
yeah, like all these dudes that be sitting back trying to like fucking be successful. You doing the right shit. Like, oh, all right, I'm sorry. I lifted up society. I took a bullet and died for society. Oh, but I had a side chick. Oh, crucify me. Man, get the fuck out.
So wait, can I say something real quick?
Go. Clear
so
off
first of all, I want to rewind back to Dennis Rodman and the greatness. Dennis Rodman is the GOAT of getting caught. He got caught by Carmen Electra fucking 2 chicks.
Swag.
She said, "What the fuck is going on here?
Offset did
Where did
swag.
Where did these girls come from?" This nigga looked her straight in the face and said, "I don't know. I think they fell out the ceiling." like you want to talk about the GOAT of that? He's the GOAT of excuses. But I've always said, yo, like we're in this very weird time, yo, where we're looking for the downfall of celebrities. Why? Because you can never be a celebrity. Mm-hmm. You'll never be a billionaire. So you think you have this weird connection. I think what Diddy did is terrible. I think it's a horrible, horrible thing. I can have my opinion about it and not run to the internet to make memes about it. It's funny. they have funny. They're funny, but you know that these people genuinely think that they have a connection to. I don't want to say the downfall of Diddy, but controlling some type of narrative by making these memes and that. And to me, that's pathetic.
All right, so can I say something real quick? My bad.
Wait, you missed the one thing that I said.
You
about
say he's the go to
Dennis
get caught.
Well, did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
Now, can I say this? Like, did you ever watch the Dennis Rodman story?
No.
Did you know he was adopted?
No.
You know he had foster parents that he got kicked out of?
No.
Okay, did you know that he had suicidal thoughts that he constantly fought from teenager all the way to an adult?
No.
Okay, so he goes through all of that. He still becomes the one to be one of the top premier players in the league. Stop trying to judge people because you don't know what they went through to get over that.
Wait, you didn't. So you didn't hear completely what I said, though.
What I miss?
I said he's a. I said, yeah, I think you heard the one part where I said he's the king of excuses, but he's the king of excuses for getting caught with two women because he walked like Carmen Electra caught out with two women, and she asked him where did these two women come from, and he looked her in the face and said, "I don't know. I think they fell out of the sea."
I mean, players fuck up, but hey, end of the day, like yo, my thing is the work I've done as a rebounder. Don't discount me in the Hall of Fame because I was having a threesome over here. Or don't sit back and be like, yo, I can't be acknowledged as the best
Well, we already know what that is. We know
I
it's
was doing
just
shit out here.
look. We already know what that is. It's just people who can't be successful will always look for ways to bring down the successful. So when their depravity gets exposed, they're all over it because everybody, no matter if it's you or me or Elon Musk. People are looking for a reason to stand on a higher moral ground and show you that they're standing on a higher moral ground.
This is why I say moral ground is some trash because, like, the reality of it is, if you doing that, you ain't been through what I've been through. You don't know what I've been through. Sure didn't get hit. Like, stop.
Look at what happened with Justin Timberlake when they found out he asked Britney Spears to get an abortion. Now all of a sudden he's a son of a bitch. How many people have gotten a girl pregnant and knew that they weren't ready for a kid and persuaded a woman to have an abortion?
Probably everybody.
Probably everybody in this room.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway from all the last 51 minutes?
Oh, Kathy, I'm sorry.
I guess this is the takeaway.
No. My Flash's takeaway is just like this. Like, yo,
Flash is runaway.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I've thought about this long. And I thought about this for a long time. Like, I had to meditate on Saturday night. If you done good for society, even if you done some depraved stuff, we can't erase the good you done for society because society wouldn't be society had you not contributed to it.
At the risk of starting another 20-minute conversation, would that same thing apply to someone like Thomas Jefferson?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you got it. Vinny, you know me.
Because you can argue that.
No. Vinny, you know me. You think I ain't taking into consideration? Do you really think I ain't taking into consideration?
I ain't mad at it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at it at all.
You got George Washington. You know what I mean? Like, he had slave, bro. Like, I thought about this.
His dentures was allegedly made from the teeth of slaves.
100%. And trust me, if I had some words with him, we had some
Lincoln did a speech in New York where he said if
I can preserve slavery.
If preserving slavery will keep the
I'm
Union together, then I will do that.
Dog, you already know.
If ending slavery will preserve the Union, then I will do that.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with giving a fuck.
100%.
It had everything to do with
slavery was a political move.
Right. It had everything to do with what he perceived was the greater.
But also sometimes
slavery is political move. But you can't. But here's my thing. With that being said, then when we talk about the Emancipation Proclamation, at the end of the day, Bill Maher, I don't think this is a soundbite if we just use some kind of way, because I know you. But he still signed.
Bill Maher,
What did I say, Bill Maher?
Yeah.
It's a random shout out. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Bill Maher.
I like Bill Maher, but
Bill Maher.
Like again, Bill Maher and Tank are on the same level. Bill Maher don't know me, but I got smoke with Bill Maher the same way I got smoke with Tank for different reasons. But that being said, like no matter what Abraham Lincoln did before, at the end of the day, he still signed the Emancipation Proclamation. So I gotta credit you that. No matter how I feel about the other shit you did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, like if you did some credible shit, you weren't perfect. There's no perfect person. You did some fucked up shit. So I gotta take that shit with a grain of salt. Like, yo, look, yes, you did some fucked up shit. And we can talk about your fucked up shit, but I gotta give you credit for the right shit you did do.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Sound like a takeaway to me.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah. What up?
Oh, hold on.
Alright.
No, my bad. Y'all. It's kind of hard to cut in here. Y'all's just going.
What is your takeaway?
I mean, I mostly agree, but I just think there's levels to a lot of this stuff too. So there's levels to like what can be like. I guess there's levels to fucked up shit. So there's some things like that most people are going to deem as unforgivable. It's just irredeemable. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so
like,
there's levels to that. So that you have to factor that in. There's levels to like your good contributions.
Right.
Versus I guess it's the thing, like, because most people in reality pick and choose. They pick and choose like when they're going to apply this moral standing, this moral, their own morals to a situation. Like, oh, you're so wrong for doing this. If it's someone you already dislike for X amount of reason, you're going to be even more inclined to like want to root for their downfall, like you said. More inclined to
right.
Believe the worst of the worst about them. You know what I'm saying?
A good example is when one person claims of someone beating their wife is ignored, but your claims of someone being a pedophile is taken into consideration.
Nah, that's two different things, bro. Pedophile and wife beating are two different things.
Actually,
they're both deplorable. One is way worse than us.
But that's all
way
relative.
worse.
Yeah, I think because we all have.
I just an example.
That's I know where you're going with that.
But I'm just saying that's just.
But everyone has different.
You said pick and choose.
Yes.
That's an example.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone has different. We all have different opinions about like what's so what you think is is awful thing might not someone else might think is all that awful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, there's different. Like I think other than like the clear and
you
even
shit on a girl.
Yeah. But I mean, like no, I'm just saying outside the like I guess the what most society deems as the ultimate no-no, which is rape or murder. You know what I'm saying? Outside of those two big ones.
Yeah.
And even with those, like, some people are still willing to like
like a guy slapping another guy. No. Well, I'm just gonna say a guy slapping another guy.
I can't give no fucks about that.
Should his career be over?
No, and it's not.
But it was until Bad Boy. What was that?
It wasn't over. It
was Bad Boy.
I didn't even see that one.
I'm gonna watch it because I
wasn't mad. That was really good.
Listen,
really?
Yeah, it was really good. It was the second best.
And I'll say this I don't care. I'll take the smoke, but
I think White Hollywood cared way about that shit way more than that.
And
niggas was able to get away with that shit like.
I think it was just a culture shock.
I
think it was a culture shock of his brand.
Sure, because he had the prior to
that.
Prior to that, he was prior to that he was mostly seen as like. I would say
he
like
was
clean image. He had a clean cut image.
Yep.
So can I say this? It's the role that played that people didn't pay attention to, and that was Fox News. When he smacked Will Smith, the first thing he did was, "Oh, that's assault and that's abuse, and he needs to be locked up." And that shit reverberated all
white
the
folks.
out. Right. So, but I will say this. Hold on, but let me say this. Like,
I mean, technically speaking, it was assault.
It was assault. Well, I mean, yes, technically.
To an unarmed, innocent man.
I wish
it technically was.
No.
Not even technically.
Like later, I'm gonna finish
off.
Because later I'm gonna send that Drake shit to Vinny, and he gonna know what I'm talking about. That shit I do. I'm gonna send that shit right to that. But like that being said, like.
You realize where it was from? That Chris Brown and Drake video?
Yeah, it did.
But the why that came about is so funny. He was reacting to Chris Brown dancing. Like that's what makes it so funny.
But we keep y'all not like secret group chats. But all I'm gonna say is, end of the day, like you can have some deplorable things, but if you contribute to society. Yeah, I mean, like you can't discount that.
You can't like. I think you can't totally erase. Like you can't totally erase. I know what you're saying.
You can change it to people who won't.
Yeah, and some people won't. Actually, and I think that's really.
Kanye has been trying to be anti-Semitic for 2 years, and like it just don't matter.
I think what happens is
that's a great example.
And here's the thing. Take Kanye's beats.
Got on Yeezys right now.
take Kanye's beats,
Yeezy Slides.
take his songs.
Who are you?
And hold on. That brings me to a point though.
Yeah.
Because like y'all know I have these hip hop debates, right? And I always argue about who's pillars in hip hop and who's not. Take Kanye's beats, take his songs out of hip hop. You are missing something.
Yeah, of course.
So that's the standard I hold it to when it comes to people that are being hip hop. But that being said, he said some wild shit.
Absolutely.
And he's done some wild shit. But it's like, yo, if I'm sitting back and somebody like Kanye contribute hip hop, what? You crazy? What do you mean? You tripping? So like my point being with all that is like, yo, you have some deplorable people, and that includes everybody because I understand that includes the Republicans and I hate their guts. But that goes to everybody. Had you done some right stuff and you contributed to society, your deplorable stuff can't always outweigh the positive stuff you done. Because there's nobody, unless your name is Jesus, that's been perfect. So that's my point. That's my closing
All
point
right.
with it.
Well, I think that's the bottom line.
Cause the Flash said so.
Breaks glass.
All I'm saying is a Democrat, if you just like, yo, fuck Trump, I don't want to hear nothing you guys say. As a Republican, you like, nah, fuck Biden, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. At some point, we got to see, yo, look, where you coming from? Why do you think the way you think? Why do you feel the way you feel? And not going to do vice versa. Then we come to understanding. And then what we usually get to is that we agree on 80% of the shit. But what happens is we get to politics, lobbyists get involved, and then our shit get broken off way to the left, way to the right, and then nothing gets done. Like, for us, we have to kind of get on the same page. Because from a regular guy's perspective, Trump caters to the billionaires, right?
Okay.
As Vinny would say, and we will argue for 8 hours, Biden tries to do stuff for the little man.
Well, you only argue for 8 hours if me and Corey, me and Mr. Brown are around. Apparently, when we're not around,
Right.
you live in peaceful
But
harmony.
one of Vinny's legit gripes with Biden is that, yo, I did this. Where's this in my vote? And my thing is, yo, you gotta meet somewhere in the middle because if you don't, things don't get done because your situation ain't my situation. My situation ain't Vinny's situation. Vinny's situation ain't Mr. Brown's situation. So we gotta come up to how we gonna come to this point. And 80% of the time, it's like, yo, when I listen to it, we mostly want the same thing. But when lobbyists get involved, shit gets changed. And that's the part that we gotta kind of get there with. And I'll use this as a prime example, right? Tragedy in the bathrooms. Before they started talking about it, who gave a fuck about it?
Nobody.
Exactly. But it's like, all right, the economy getting worse, tax rates coming down. All right, how we going? We need to fix this shit. No. Because they got trash in the bathrooms and like, what the fuck? Like, no. It's the same thing Bush did when he was in, I want to say it was Iraq, when they had the war. And he's like, well, no, because they did this and I don't give a fuck about none of that. Why are you raising my taxes to fund this war? No, because they got weapons of mass destruction over there. Where the fuck is the proof? Well, they had plans of doing this, and they were talking, no, I don't give a fuck about you taking my money. Show me some bang for my buck. And now they're like, no, because they got plans, and that's all they still try to do now. It's like, yo, you got to hold them accountable. So my point
Who's they? Who do you mean by that?
when I'm saying they're talking politicians as a whole, you have to hold politicians accountable. And when I say politicians, I mean the House, the Senate, and especially the Supreme Court right now. So my point being is that at the end of the day, it's like they'll do a lot of diversion, but it's on us to figure it out because I do agree. One thing that Vinny said that I do agree with is that most don't have our best interests at heart. There are a few that do.
I agree.
But there's a few that do. But we got to support them. But that being said, at the end of the day, you being a Trump supporter doesn't cut you off to me as a person because I'm like, yo, I understand you coming from another side of the fence. We just got to figure out how we both get what we want and then deal with them because they cashing out right now. We too busy fighting with each other to see it.
So to cut in, very clear to expose.
I don't want to argue politics.
So to expose this fourth wall here, very very clear punch in here that we had. came from pre-production, and somehow a political debate was started.
It's not a debate.
It wasn't Flash and
It's not a debate.
It was Flash and V-Love.
It's not a debate.
Which I love.
It's not a debate.
No. Props to you, bro. I love
It's
it.
not a
I love
debate.
to see it, by the way. But
It's
anyway,
not a debate.
we planned to talk about some bullshit like Cardi and Offset.
I don't.
And personally, like.
I'd rather talk about Cardi
Right
and
now,
Offset.
right now, I got the perfect title for this episode based on Mr. Brown's facial expression, which is Mr. Brown is unimpressed. But,
Yeah, man, fuck both y'all. I'm just trying to get my money.
right. But no, like I guess the takeaway from this, without the context that started, is go vote.
Can I please give a takeaway?
Sure, go for it.
Don't vote if you're voting.
No.
Don't
What
vote.
was that?
Stay home.
Wow.
Stay home.
No.
Jerk off.
Like, listen. And this is Flash talk, and I'm gonna just leave it at
Go,
that.
vote for the protector of women. Go ahead.
Listen, all I'm saying is
He'll protect you.
If you watch the Netflix documentary,
I mean, if you grab a pussy, it is covered.
Oh, good. Though.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not even gonna get into that.
I understand what you're.
I'm
I understand
So
what you're saying.
look. I'm gonna end it off with this, right?
Ugh.
So all I'm gonna say is, like, Barack and Michelle produced a movie. It wasn't even a documentary. It was a movie. I think it was called "Leave the World Behind." But the whole sentiment at the end is like, yo,
It was on Netflix.
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio?
no,
You're talking about Don't Look Up.
Oh.
Anyway,
Which was
no facts. But they had a movie called "Leave the World Behind," and the sentiment is, no matter what our views are, it's either we going to rise together or we going to burn together. So my point being is that, yo, look, just because you got some different political views, and I say this with such, it's tough, but most of us know somebody that has some different views than us. He's either going to rise together or we not. It's just that simple. In the words of one Barack Obama, just because somebody says something that makes us cringe, doesn't mean we write them off.
Because to what Flash said earlier, not when we were recording, but maybe it'll get posted to our IG account. Maybe we'll see what Mr. Brown. We'll see what Mr. Brown decides.
It's behind a paywall. It's behind a paywall.
Right.
Behind a paywall.
But to what he said,
Patreon coming soon.
Right. to what he said earlier, we're 80% of the topics we agree on. It doesn't matter what political camp you fall in, what gang, what set you rep. It don't matter. Like a prime example is in fact abortion. An overwhelming majority of the country feels like 16 to 20 weeks of an abortion ban beyond 16 to 20 weeks is reasonable. That's a reasonable amount of time to decide if you want to have an abortion or not. The science, or I'll say, polling suggests that Americans agree that the science supports that. That's in line with many of the abortion laws in many European countries. So, like, there's numerous topics like that the staunchest Democrat and the staunchest Republican agree on, but because the marketing gets thrown behind the bullshit, the messy shit, if you may, people think that they are mortal enemies to people that they actually, if they had a conversation with them, would fuck with. Mm-hmm. I know people.
Can I say one other thing? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
And I swear, if Fox News is out of context, I will be the first one on that bitch trying to fight this shit, because I know y'all gonna take shit out of context. But understand, like, the way we look at Trump supporters is the way that I feel like white people look at black people. It's like, yo, you can have these views on them, but until you working beside them and you deal with them on a day to day, you don't really know what they want, what they think, how they feel the country goes. And then when you working with them, it's like, yo, I work with this person every day. I see them. They're not a terrible person. So it's like,
I didn't say they're a terrible person.
No. Let me finish. I'm just saying, so like, regardless of what they believe in, if I know that end of the day, you live next door to me, I know you're a Trump supporter. But end of the day, you like, hey, look, neighbor, I cut the side of your grass. Hey, neighbor, I got your trash can. Hey, neighbor, I know your daughter was sitting back outside. I got your daughter inside the house. I know she got a key outside. Cool. It's like, yo, it's hard for me to hate you because I see the type of person you are. Exactly. And what I'm saying is, 80% of this country are good people.
You can say
so
that,
hold on, let me finish.
But you can say that about anybody.
Let me interrupt.
You know what?
Wait. Let me interrupt real quick. Some of the nicest people that I know have been, when we get on the politics conversation, Trump supporters. Mm-hmm. Some of the biggest gaping assholes I have encountered when we get on the question of politics have been Democrat or Biden, or whatever you want to you want to categorize them as.
Yep.
Like your political affiliation has nothing to do with whether you're a good human or not.
I think that
I agree.
So, but what has my point been the whole time? I think being a Trump supporter is past being a Republican.
But here's the thing, though. You gotta recognize
the beliefs are so extreme and in a way so ignorant that even if you are the nicest person ever, if you could be the nicest person ever, right?
Can I say something
Let
real
me
quick?
say, if you have a neighbor, right, nicest guy ever, right? Would you say take your daughter inside or something?
I'm saying
like
your daughters get locked down there. Like, hey, look, I got an extra key here. Get your daughter inside.
Mm-hmm. So if that same person would go on, let's just say because they're an ignorant person, go off statistic that because your daughter is black, she will probably get pregnant by the age of 13. Of course, it's not true. But that's what you're telling me. You're telling me just because a person is nice, if they support a certain type of belief.
No, what I'm saying is you have gay black people for Trump. You have black people for Trump in general. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is,
you got black males for Trump.
Yeah, like it's not. It's not. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm saying it's not that cut and dry. So what I'm saying is, like at the end of the day, like what you buy into politically may not always be a reflection of who you are as a person.
I agree with.
So my point being is, if we both want the best for us and our family, it doesn't make sense for me to beef with you based off your politics if we both trying to get hit.
My point is, being a Trump supporter is past politics.
But everybody, not hear you, but every MAGA supporter isn't, I'm backwards, I'm left, I want death to all blacks. You got some people that are like, yo, I legit don't like transgender people, transgender.
Which is fine.
Let me finish.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
You have some people that are with you on 90% of the stuff, they like, yo, I don't want transgender teachers in my school. So that leads them to Trump. You have people that are like, hey, you know what? I am not in favor of all the stuff Trump does, but I am pro two-way. And in my mind, he's two-way, so I'm going to go with that. So hold on, let me finish. And you have people that are like, yo, you know what? I'll make over $900,000 a year. I want those tax breaks. I don't rock with the other stuff he deals with, so I'm going to rock with this. But I rock with you on all the other stuff. So my point then is that it, like, the same way with black people, and I hate to say this because I feel like I'm so pro. But Trump voters are not one dynamic the same way black people aren't dynamic, and we have to recognize that. We have to take them off of our inner counters versus of just saying just you're a Trump supporter. Yes, they may be wrong. Yes, they may be misguided, but at the same time, that doesn't make them dismissible.
And they also may not be misguided. It might just be voting their interests.
True. Facts.
You can't tell me that 50% of the country is morally corrupt and assholes.
Because here's my thing. If I'm white and I love black people, and he's giving tax cuts to people that make over $700,000 a year, and I make over $900,000 a year, you can't tell me that you can't. Obviously, you can't blame me, but that I will vote for him if I want that tax break. And I think that's what happens. A lot of people falling
because
look at Michael Rubin.
So you think okay, fine. You get what you want. You get your tax break. You get your tax break. You get all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Also, you get our country rewinded back to the 1960s, which is what not just Trump. People who support Trump.
Some might argue. Some might argue that you don't get that because we've already lived under one presidency under Trump.
What?
I'm just offering the counter. I'm not saying that I support that.
But just because somebody served one way doesn't mean that's how they'll always serve.
Very valid. You are absolutely right.
So,
But here's
but it's also, what Flash is, I'm guessing is saying is that, is that, well, I guess you're saying to a certain extent too, like all politicians are fucked up, right?
can be, but I mean, there's some.
But,
out there.
but like in this instance, this person has shown me all that he's about. So if he's showing you all that he's about and you support that, I can't fuck with you.
Right,
Mr. Brown said him personally, if you're a Trump supporter, he won't cut you off, but he'll start to see you in a different light. So me personally, yeah, I see you in that light. Okay, you support this person.
Cash your question.
More stuff comes out about this person.
I got something.
More stuff comes out about this person.
Can I ask a
And
question
you're
real quick?
still telling me you support him, then I got no right.
Can I ask a question?
No, ask him. I don't give that much of a fuck. I don't.
So,
I'm not even trying to argue
Can
this
I ask
point.
anybody in the general group a question?
Ask my cats.
Yes, you can.
They make more sense than Trump.
Dash,
supporters.
where are you coming from?
I just asked. So I have a general question, right? I heard most of what you were saying, right? So like, my thing is this: as a black guy, right? You go into your job, and I don't know people at your job right now. What I'm just hypothetical. They're predominantly white, right? So then we'll say that Trayvon Martin happened, and you be like, "Yo, I'm pro," and I'm BLM, and it's like, "Yo, Black Lives Matter," and it's like, "Yo, but I thought you was cool. Like, what's going on? Like, why you supporting that shit? Like, they burning their houses, they burning it down. Let's say doing this, they doing that."
Who's saying the Black Lives Matter?
No, I'm saying, like, let's say that, like, let's say that you take a picture, you go to a protest, and they catch you with a picture with your fist up. It's like, yo, Trayvon Martin got killed by George Zimmerman. Who was wrong, right? And let's say the family come to you, and they like, and they just grab you up, and they like, take a picture with us. And you like, all right, cool.
Wait, whose family?
Trayvon Martin's family.
Okay.
Trayvon Martin was the one that got killed by George.
Right. Yeah.
So let's say Trayvon Martin's family walks in, like, and they see you, you see you going off, and you doing this, and they grab you, like, and y'all put a fist up with us, right? And then you go to work, and they're like, yo, what's this about? Like, why you so pro being mellow? Why you pro burning down buildings? Why you pro burning down houses? Why you pro, shooting white people? It's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm against the injustice. I'm against the black people getting killed. I'm up against white people coming down and then killing black kids and then getting off scot-free. I'm not for all of it. I'm not for the bad part, but I'm for the good part. That's how they feel with Trump. It's like, yo, I don't condone all the dumb shit that he does. But when it comes down to this part, when it comes down to the economy, when it comes down to making sure that, yo, I'm going to make sure that my kids have some generational wealth, this is what I want to do. And that's the argument that they have. I have a counter argument for that, but that's the argument that they're going to have.
I keep telling y'all, giving a fuck is a luxury. I keep telling y'all, giving a fuck is a luxury. When people can't make their bills meet and they can't balance their budget, all of that extra shit, and I say it to sound dismissive on purpose, all of that extra shit it matters less to people when they go to the polls or when they're making certain decisions.
Do you want to have a counter argument for that? But I'm just saying that's the argument they're going to bring. I'm just saying.
If you have questions about it, look no further than corporate America.
100%.
In 2021, corporate America was all on. We're gonna donate this amount of money for George Floyd shit.
Yep.
DEI this.
And where's that shit at now? Where is that shit right now?
But more importantly than where is that shit right now? Why is that shit there right now? And the reason why is what happened since 2021. Interest
that
rates.
nigga Clarence Thomas happened.
So I have a different take. Interest rates went up. It became more expensive to borrow money. Because it became more expensive to borrow money, certain like nicer things certain things that we actually thought we gave a fuck about became a luxury. So it's easy to care about the person that's struggling or care about certain policy initiatives and things like that when your pockets is flush. When things get a little skim, it's a lot harder to give a fuck as a collective. An individual person might still care about abortion, but when their pockets ain't working right, the collective might say, "Nah, fuck that. We got to get this fixed first." So, and I keep telling people that it might be cool to care about your fellow man. It might be cool to care about your fellow American and make sure that they are in a good spot. But it's very difficult for a lot of the average Americans out there. And I ain't describing no political affiliation or race when I say that. It's very difficult for them to care when they are still trying to figure out how the fuck they gonna pay their bills.
Can I put it in?
And that's not. I'm gonna bow out from that.
Me too.
So
I'm sleeping.
So I'm gonna tag a race to this though. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna tag a race. I'm gonna tag black men in this because from my personal experience,
Of course you will. You Trump support that.
I'm just saying as a
He
black.
probably about to say the opposite. Actually.
So as a
Of course. That's my point.
no,
That's my point.
Let me saying. No, I'm saying as a black man, if you were raised in Baltimore, it's always been bigger than you, always. Right. Because what happens if you get locked up? What's the number one rule? Don't snitch. Why? Because you're not trying to bring other people down because you got jammed up. And I can speak to me personally. There are black people that I know personally that were older than me that they were doing dumb stuff like, nah, bro, you got a future. Stay over there. You're not coming on this side. So my point being is that it's always, as a black man, raised in this city, it's always bigger than you. So when you talk about political decisions, or you talking about what's going on, it's always bigger than you. Yes, you take your family into consideration for sure. Mm-hmm. But from my experience, it's never been an individual. Baltimore City, for whatever BS the 545 want to hold it, or WBL, it's always been the collective. They're always like, yo, we going to take care of our own. And they do that. So my thing being is like, yo, when it comes time to these policy decisions, it's not just about you. It's what you're going to do for everybody else. Because one thing I will always give Baltimore City credit for, and I don't give a fuck who knows it, they will always sacrifice to make sure that their youngest or that their younger people are good. Whatever dumb shit happens within the youth in the news, Baltimore City will make sure we are collective. We make sure we can push our people up as shit is going on. So when it comes to Trump and all these politics, it's not just about what's going to be good for you. It's about what's good for the whole as a society. That being said, that's why I have such a much less respect for Trump and his politicians, because it's like, yo, they discount everybody else. I'm willing to let you go homeless. I'm willing to let you die from lack of medical care so that I can get a couple of dollars.
And if you vote for that, that means you're about that too.
Right. No, I feel you. But hold on, let me finish. But it's not finished. That's what I'm saying. It's different because as a Baltimore man and as a black man, I understand what it's like to have people sacrifice so that you can be better. Some of them don't. So it's hard for them to sit back and say, if I had to fight for everything I got. Look at this man. I had to fight for everything I got. Mm-hmm. Now it's like sacrifice for this person. It's like, who sacrificed for me? I had to snake my own father out to get here. So how you going to come to me and tell me be charitable here? And that's all I'm saying is you have to recognize the difference in situations. You have to recognize the difference in background and upbringing, so that you can make some difference happen for your people that you want to have done.
Well, first of all, again, I've always said, I don't care who's in office. Should I care? Probably.
You should.
Probably. But do I have a preference? Do I have a preference who I'd like in office? Absolutely. But what have I always said? At the end of the day, you gotta live and die with you.
I don't think so.
Yes, you do.
I don't think so.
Now, of course, if someone's in office, it can make things a little easier or a little harder, right? So, with that being said, me personally, if I understand that things are going to be higher, right? Whatever. No one's going to come save us from that. You know what I'm saying? People are going to do what... Student loans, in your major thing, student loans forgiveness, right? How many people have come along and promised that student loans will be forgiven?
Currently, there's no one in this race.
But did someone? No.
Ooh,
No.
can I say
Did
something?
someone come along and say, I want to...
Ooh, can I say something?
No.
Wait. Finish what you're saying.
So I will work to make sure student loans are forgiven. Did someone come along and say
Yes, she lost in the primary.
Right.
Ooh, can I say something?
So to get more nuance, and before we get to get more nuance to the student loan thing, Elizabeth Warren was the only person that I can recall that was straight up on some gangster like forgive all the student loans. Joe Biden in 2020, if I remember correctly, reluctantly said, "Yes, I am on board with some level of student loan forgiveness. I would like to forgive $10,000 of student loans per person." It wasn't something that I policy-wise aligned with,
Ooh, Tisha,
but I
can
will
you-
say, give me 1 second. I'm gonna finish. ISO on me, and I'm gonna get to you. So, like,
No, we're not.
policy-wise, it is something that. So I'll say this. Flash gonna lose his shit when I say this. All right, I will say this. While what Joe Biden's policy
Get
position.
your dash.
Get your daughter or your son.
Yeah, see, the pussy just jumped to Flash.
As it does. As it used to. As it used
Right.
As it used to.
as the times
I've tried to explain this to somebody.
As it used
I've tried
to.
so we don't have cameras yet still clearly. So like the cat just jumped in the Flash's lap. But like the literal cat. But you know,
Ow.
but
Meow.
but it's a funny joke because in his backsliding days, way thousands of years
Before the married days.
thousands of years before he was married.
It was right after Christ died.
I personally observed this motherfucker just in the spot, minding his business, and pussy just walk up to him. I'm like, but anyway, that's
I
neither
told
here nor
girls
there.
they can't look at Flash because he's too classically handsome.
Yo, whole time though. Yo, I've seen him undercut the fuck out of me twice.
I would never
Twice.
undercut you.
I've seen
I just
Vilas undercut.
I
the
would
fuck out of
never
me.
undercut you. I just tell. When we were in DR, what did I say about
No.
my nephew?
This-
Don't look at him. Don't look at him. He's too hot. You can't
Nah.
look at him.
I love how we went from.
We gonna have
I
a
thought see a compliment.
No.
That's
I love how we
compliment
went
to
from
you.
I love how we
No.
went from some serious shit
We
to like
never-
just ignorant shit.
It's
As it
serious
should be.
to me.
We never gonna about shit on air, but
How handsome he is. It
On
makes
air,
me
nigga,
sick.
that's recording. This is
Nah,
getting
I ain't
posted.
about shit right now. But me and V love to have a conversation. That was,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
funny
yeah.
as fuck.
But
It was funny as fuck.
y'all were talking about something before, and all I was hearing in my head is like, listen to Spencer J. That's all I can hear, y'all. That's all I literally heard.
Bro, so
Because I can't say this one thing. I fully understand, right? As a black man making the money I make, and it's not a lot. No, it's not. It's really, but I will say this: I understand this election. The consequences are not going to benefit me in the ways that I would want it to. But it's more about generations after me and people around me right now. And my thing is, yo, I get it. I'm middle class, bro. Like, I'm getting screwed. I don't care what Auntie says. I love Auntie. I'm not trying to talk ill on Auntie, but Auntie Harris.
you
right?
can if you want to.
I'm not.
Get your
But
shit
I
off,
feel
bro.
you. But here's the thing. I
Your
know.
shirt on.
I already know a break is coming my way. And you know what I mean? My thing is, I believe in God. I talk to him every day as much as I can. I backslide as much as I can, but I love him to death. I understand. I believe I understand what my role is here. So I'm like, look, this is what I'm going to do, right? But I also understand that when I'm doing this and they taking this amount of money out of my check
Right.
every 2 weeks, I know I'm not going to see it, right? So now it's a question of what do I want it to go to?
That's a really good point.
So
That's that J. Cole song.
That's a really good point.
I'm
That's
saying,
a really good way
so
of
when they
saying
go
it.
to Elon Musk that's already making crazy money, or Trump people's already making crazy money, or do I want to go to some Medicaid, some lady that's barely making by that needs that help to get her up? I'm not a fan of Section 8, but I'd rather pay for Section 8 than pay for Elon Musk to do another fucking space expedition.
So with
If that
that being said, if your dictator gets in, all that goes away.
So here's the thing. So with Trump,
And you're
no. So here's my thing.
Deliberately, your tax dollars are going.
So here's
to
my
the
thing,
rich.
and this is my issue with anybody that's a Trump supporter, right? Because I told you I had counterpoints, right? But
I didn't
with
ask
Trump,
for them. I didn't
but
ask for them.
the scariest part about Trump getting in office is that you are essentially creating a dictator because he has potentially, right? Not right now, but he has potential to have House, Senate, and Supreme Court. Because he already has Supreme Court locked in. So let's say that he gets a Republican Supreme Court, Republican House of Representatives. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And, not for nothing, he's already demonstrated he is dumb as shit. Like, hold on.
All right, so I'll extend the pod by
No, because
tell me how he's a dictator in that situation.
Because if I got the house, right, like pulling out NATO, who's going to stop him, right? So if I want to pull out taxes to fund my personal businesses, I already got immunity. Who's stopping me?
Okay.
Let's say that I got my next election coming up, and I need dirt on. And fuck all that. I got a third election. I'm not supposed to run a third time, right? Who's to stop us going to the Supreme Court and saying I get to get a third term?
So I have a question for you. Is this under the presumption that the election in 2024 was fair and accurate?
I don't care if it's fair.
Wait. Here's my thing. I'm asking a question.
Yes or no?
No. Listen. Well, I'm gonna say it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you.
How does it not matter?
Because he already ran one term, right? So say he wins this term. By constitutional law, his shit is over in 2 terms, right? But what's stopping him from saying, under the rule of immunity, because within my power in my Congress as president, what's stopping me from saying, you know what? No, fuck that. We need to get a third term.
The Constitution is.
No. Let me finish. Let me finish.
The amendment that says the president.
I hear you, but what's stopping me from sending that up to the Supreme Court? And I'm saying, you know what? Fuck it. You can run the third term.
And the question that I have for you is, if the election was fair, then and the people voted him into office, and the people also voted these people into Congress, the House and the Senate, and those and the process that nominated and seated these Supreme Court justices was by people who were fairly elected. How is that a dictatorship when it was all under the rule of law?
Do you really need
sounds like to me.
Do you really need to answer that question?
It sounds like
I can answer it, but do you really need to answer that question?
It sounds like to me in this scenario, you just got an outcome you didn't like.
So let me ask you this question.
Like when the Ravens played the Raiders and the Ravens lost and went 0-2, that was an outcome I didn't like.
No, not the same. And you know it's
okay.
not the same. You
so
know
tell me how it's not the same. And I hate entertainment.
No. So here's the thing.
But
I'll give you that. No. Listen. Here's my thing. Right. So for Barack Obama, right? Can he get another presidency?
Under the hypothetical you created about
No. I'm talking as of right now. Can he get exactly? Why not?
So then, because of the is it the 25th Amendment, 27th Amendment? I can't remember. But subsequent amendment in the Constitution,
right? So
sets terms.
Right. So my point being is that nobody created another amendment that he could run a third, fourth, fifth, however many terms, because we understood that no matter how dope of a president you are, you can only do 2 terms. So point being with Trump. The threat with Trump is that no matter how much people hate him, love him, whatever the case is, now you can get a third, fourth, fifth because you now control the playing field because you put people that were morally corrupt on the Supreme Court. And now...
Who put the people that you perceive as morally corrupt on the Supreme Court?
Trump did.
And he was able to do that because of what?
What do you mean?
How was he able to do that?
Because he had a majority in the Senate and at the time in the House.
And who elected that majority?
People.
Okay. So then how is it a dictatorship?
Because that's the equivalent of me electing CNA to do my IV, but I ain't letting the doctor to do my whole fucking surgery knowing that you can't fucking
How was that CNA able to do your IV?
How do y'all do that? How do y'all make those weaves? It's so funny.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. I am aligned with you that there's a danger in that line of
danger's a fucking understatement.
In that hypothetical coming to fruition, but it is not a dictatorship because it is all legal.
Are you sure?
Under the parameters that.
What about January 6th? Was that legal?
Come on, that's what I think. There's for
no. So what about January 6th? Was that legal?
It is currently being litigated.
No,
we'll find out.
Oh
no!
Stop it.
Pause. Is it though? People are in jail. So if it was litigated, they wouldn't be in jail. So stop the cap.
So therefore,
Hold on.
but
Let me
but
finish.
here's the,
I asked you a simple question. Was
be disciplined.
No. I asked you a question.
Correct.
Was January 6th legal? That was my question.
That's a great question.
And to your
actually.
counter, you said people have been convicted, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if people have been convicted, then their participation in it was found to be
That I agree with. That I agree.
Oh,
you,
say it again?
you didn't have to go there.
their participation.
You didn't have to go there.
was found to be
That's
illegal.
not. That wasn't my question though. My question was January 6th legal?
But see, that question is undisciplined. What
How
about
was it
January
not?
6th? Because January 6th is a day. Tell me more.
Okay.
What about January 6th?
Was
Are you asking
storming
them?
the Capitol legal?
Did they storm the Capitol? Has it been
They
proven
did.
beyond
Yes.
reasonable doubt?
Yes.
Okay, then no. Then it was illegal. Has it been?
How do you
proven-
know it's illegal?
Because those people were charged and held and found beyond a reasonable doubt to be guilty by their peers.
Right.
Has Donald Trump been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by his peers?
Why not?
I'm asking, has he? Yes or no?
No, what I'm saying.
No.
is-
Okay.
No.
So-
I didn't say no. Oh, what you mean? I didn't say yes
Has he
or
been
no.
found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt?
They postponed it until the election goes.
So
it has
my
to be a
question
yes or no.
remains: has he been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? Yes or no?
Not yet. That's the question.
Is it
'Cause
not
he
yet?
hasn't been tried
How
yet.
can you prove it's a
Because
not
he
yet?
hasn't been tried yet.
But because you can't prove the future, then the answer must necessarily be
No, what I'm saying is, if as you are the top boss of a drug dealing ring, and everybody under you got convicted with drug
All right,
dealing,
yo, has
and
Young
you ain't
Thug been
faced trial
found?
yet,
Has Young Thug been found guilty of running a RICO?
he's still on trial.
Yes or no?
He's still on trial.
Exactly. So the answer is no.
But what about
Like,
everybody
this
else?
ain't this part's not hard. This part's
Stop
not
the
hard.
cap. Stop the
This
cap.
part's not difficult.
Stop the cap. What about Young Woody? Where's he at right now?
I don't know who that is.
I don't
Really?
either. Who the
You
hell
know
is
Young Woody is?
Who is that?
I know Woody Rock from Drew Hill.
Got him.
I'm gonna say y'all gonna make me send y'all some whole videos. But
Send them. But here's what I'm saying.
no,
Here's the point-
no.
here's the point I'm getting at.
I ain't
Here's the
get
point I'm
finished.
getting
No,
at.
I ain't
Here's
get
the point I'm
finished. No, I ain't get to finish. People have been snitching left and right, taking
which part?
pleas.
Which part are
Young
we talking
Thug.
about?
Taking pleas.
This is January 6th or this?
No,
Thug?
this is the Young Thug.
Thug. Okay.
Taking pleas.
I don't know.
So, that being said, there are people that got convicted. There are people that are still messed
Sure.
up fighting the case. And, not for nothing, their case to begin with was super shaky. So much so that I don't know if y'all paid attention to it, but the original judge on the Young Thug trial got thrown off because he was doing illegal stuff. So, hold on. So, in my eyes, the Young Thug trial was a bad example because the people that were prosecuting it also broke the law.
But
that's not the same as the Trump RICO trial. The Trump RICO trial, like get amount of people that were involved in that have already gotten found guilty.
Has he?
Who?
Trump.
No.
Okay.
No.
Stop there.
No. You're not gonna do
Stop
it. You're not gonna do that because
Stop there.
hold on.
Because
No.
You
You're not gonna do that.
You can't root
No,
your argument in the basis of law.
We're not gonna
and
do
then
that.
suddenly
What
try
about
to obfuscate the law.
What about people under him? What about people under him? What happened to them?
Some of them have played
They were
out,
found
to be honest.
guilty.
No, they
don't do
flat
that.
out.
No,
Flat out.
don't do that. They were found guilty, and you try to skate
But
over that,
has
but you're
he?
not slick. Hold on, you're not slick because he hasn't got tried for it yet. Don't do that. You know what you're doing, nigga. Stop it. He didn't get tried for it yet.
So
everybody, no.
you know we
Stop
got
that
beef,
shit.
right?
Stop that shit.
You know we got
no.
beef, right?
Still hold. Stop that shit. It's the same with Gotti when he was in New York. People under him got tried before he got the trial. Trump ain't make trial yet, so you can't say whether he's guilty or not guilty. But everybody under him got found guilty. Stop it, nigga. You know what you're doing, bro. You know what you're doing.
So two things.
Stop it.
So two things.
Everybody under Trump, including Giuliani, who was a former mayor of New York, got found fucking guilty.
That's not
Stop
true.
it.
But two
Stop
things.
it. You
Two
know
things.
what you're doing.
Two things.
Everything up to Trump has got convicted
Can I-
and found guilty. Trump doesn't get trial yet. Stop it, bro.
Two
Stop
things.
it.
Two
Stop
things. Two things. One, you know we got beef because you got me on here sounding like I'm a Trump supporter. to the point. To the point that we was at
You piece of shit.
we was at Mr. Brown's brother's birthday, and his brother was like, "Wait,
Why you rock Trump?
Ain't there a Trump supporter on your pod or something?"
Why you wrong with Trump?
But two,
Well,
the second
That's
thing,
funny.
the second thing is this: you can make a definitive, and you can give a definitive answer.
Everybody up until got prosecuted.
That's not-
Everybody up to this nigga got prosecuted.
That's cute, but you can make a.
It's true. Don't give me a shoot. Where Giuliani right now? Huh?
That's
Where
true.
Michael Cohen right now? Stop it, bro. Everybody dealing with this dude gets prosecuted.
Can I-
Everybody catches bids, or at minimum a civil suit. Stop it. Stop it.
Is it my turn?
Stop it.
Is it my
It
turn?
is. It's your turn.
All
It's your turn.
So you can provide a definitive answer as to whether he has been convicted or found guilty of said shit. You know why? Because people are what before the trial concludes. They are innocent until proven guilty.
Get that shit the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Bro. Get that shit the fuck out of
Okay.
here.
Next time some young black man is on trial for some shit that you feel like he didn't do, keep that same energy.
I do. That's what I'm saying. My point is,
Next time the motherfucker that you know run the block and is responsible for the murders of people is on trial. For
so
some shit.
just
Don't
on
bring
clear.
don't bring up stomach ache.
No.
Don't bring
So
up stomach
are
ache.
you telling me that? Are you telling me that? I gotta say this the right way.
What happened to
Listen
Cardi
to
and
this.
Offset?
No.
Right, I wanted to ask
No.
you. I
Fuck
wanna talk about some fuck shit.
Fuck that. Are you telling me that? I gotta say this the right way. Are you telling me that George Zimmerman, right, and Emmett Till are on the same playing field because they ain't get found guilty before a crowd? Yeah.
Emmett Till wasn't on trial for anything.
Why not?
He was never going to be on trial.
Why not?
He was never arrested.
Why not?
There was never no attempt to arrest him.
Why not?
No. Here's what I get what you're trying to get at, but here's the thing. There's no evidence that police were even trying to arrest him.
No, right.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that he was lynched.
Right.
That's a separate
No,
point.
what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I agree with you.
You're
being
doing a
found.
false equivalency.
No, I'm not.
You
because
are.
what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, whether you're guilty or found not guilty, almost kind of is relevant depending on what we know you did and didn't do.
No, there's an explicit difference.
Because essentially what you're doing is it's like
if you're found guilty or innocent, your trial has been
It's like
adjudicated.
this. It's like this. It's
Simple.
like this. It's
It's
like
not
this.
hard.
It's like this. If I'm trying to hold you guilty of false supremacy, right? Let's say I got found guilty of like false imprisonment, and I'm like, no, she can walk out anytime she wants to. Never mind that when you try to walk out, I cock a gun like you walk out, I'm gonna shoot you, and they're like, but she ain't had no chains on. She can walk out anytime she wants to. That's not the same thing, bro. Like it's different, and that's my point with Trump.
You're conflating
Trump.
two
No.
things.
What I'm saying is, no. I'm not because what I'm saying is Trump.
Okay, but
No,
you are,
let me
but
finish.
okay.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is, with Trump, he gets off with technicalities. Everything under him got found guilty. It's not that he
Are
didn't
those
sit back. Let me
technicalities within
finish.
the bounds of the law?
Let me finish. He didn't get trial for those. His trials, he's been all found guilty. Let's understand that.
No,
So
he
my
was
point-
found guilty in one trial.
No, right. Because he only had one trial.
Okay.
What you mean?
Okay.
So my point being is that the trials, like I said, all the trials he didn't have, his ass and got found guilty. Now what happened is,
But those
hold
are two
on.
separate-
What
those are
happened
separate
is,
trials.
then what happened is, all the motherfuckers got deferred because what he's hoping is when he wins the presidency, he can get rid of all that shit. It's all or nothing for him.
Maybe.
Let me finish.
Maybe.
It's either he wins presidency, he dismisses all them shits because he's the president, or he loses and he gotta face his fate. But what we do know is the shit he faced, he got found guilty. And it occurred his RICO, the January 6th shit, everything up to him got found guilty.
Is this the one in Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the one
that's
in
getting
Georgia.
thrown out.
Maybe not. It ain't get thrown out yet.
So, question. You said
No.
that he's
My
trying-
point.
You say he's
no.
trying to
Before
defer.
we get to that point, my point, as we stand, facts are right now. Trump has been found guilty when he went to trial. Everything under him has been found guilty when he went to trial. So it's not on some, we want some technical shit. Nah, he buying time because everything under him got found guilty, which is why he's fighting for his life as we speak.
So, question. Has he been found guilty in Georgia?
He ain't go to trial. How many? He has not been to trial on that. How many times we got to go to that? He has not been to trial on those RICO charge.
So
He's
he
only been to
answers
trial on one charge. He's been to trial over one charge. That's like saying,
Well, 34 charges, but I get what you're saying. It's the
he
New
hasn't
York
been to trial.
New York shit.
He hasn't been to trial.
So okay. So
what
your
case?
answer is no.
Let me ask you this: what cases has he won? No. What cases has he won? What cases in the past 3 years has he won? Let's go there.
Has he lost all the cases?
Has he won one? Exactly. Stop it. You know you capping. You know you capping. Stop it.
So wait,
He's
wait.
lost the case.
So are you not
mentally,
innocent?
bro.
Are you not innocent until presumed?
That's not the question I asked you. What cases has he won?
Yeah, you picking
What
and choosing,
cases?
yo.
How am I picking and choosing? How am I picking and choosing? The same charges.
If a nigga get picked up for murder, and he's charged with murder, and his trial has not commenced, is he guilty in that moment? Yes or no?
Is he guilty in that moment?
Yes or no?
No.
All right. So how is it different for Trump?
Oh, you may ask that question? So let me ask you this.
No.
Answer
the question.
I'm about to answer the question.
Right.
So let's say that this person, let's say the same question. This dude has gotten convicted of rape of men 20 times over. He got another trial left. He ain't been found guilty or not guilty. But you're like, hey, look, you as lawyer, let me stay over the night with you. You let him stay the night with you?
What? Wait.
Exactly.
repeat that. I don't
Exactly.
No, I don't understand the question.
What I'm saying is, you have a you have a person that's your defendant, right?
Okay.
He's been convicted 14 times of rape, right?
Okay.
Of men, not women, men.
Okay.
And you like, you know what? He got a court case tomorrow.
Okay.
And you as a lawyer, you're like, you know what? The way my bail's set up, I need somebody to come home with. So okay, I gotta stay with you. You my lawyer. Let me stay with you for the night. You
Okay.
cool with that?
No, because he's my client. That's a conflict of interest.
Okay. So you're not a client. Let's say it's your brother's the lawyer. And he's like, yo, look, I need you to have him come here and stay at your house for a night for the same situation. Are you letting him come over your house?
No, I put him in a hotel.
Exactly. Stop the cap.
That's my
Stop
purpose. That's
the
my purpose.
cap. Vinny, stop the cap. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. You
doing
know
these
you
narrowly
capping.
scoped things.
You know you capping.
Can I ask a question?
You know you capping, and you capping again.
Sure. I got one more question after.
I like what he said.
I'm not gonna say he's a liar, but you're a lawyer and the truth ain't in you. Because Vinny don't lie, but
Which
you're
is
a
a
lawyer and the truth ain't in you.
A minor.
I'm just saying.
Fuck my question now.
I agree with
You
but
know
you
what?
know that's cap.
You know what?
know that's
You
cap.
sons of bitches.
You know
All
that's
right.
cap.
So I got a question.
No, I got a question.
All right, go for it.
Has anybody fucked a woman during a pregnancy with someone else's child?
What the fuck, man? I'm going back.
Are we doing this Cardi B
Nah,
shit?
No,
I'm
it's
done.
All right, I got.
I'm over this.
All right,
This is
the
ridiculous.
the last question I have is, Mr. Brown, what's your takeaway from all this shit?
God help us.
Sounds like a good takeaway to me.
Boom.
All right, so beer planners at an hour and 47 minutes. I am glad
Where
that
were we
you
at?
stuck with this.
Where were we on before?
We were like an hour. So that was like an extra 45 minutes.
Oh no, that's not too bad. Actually.
All right, so I'm glad you stuck with us. Let us know if you like this longer form podcast, more than an hour. You know, historically we've tried to keep it to an hour, but you know, hit it. Slide in our DMs. Tell us it's great or tell us it's bullshit. You know, whatever it is.
Feedback
We
is
appreciate the
appreciated.
feedback either way. Follow us at the Beer Plans Podcast, and if it's not that, it's Beer Plans Podcast. Whatever it is.
On
Either
on
way,
all
sure.
platforms. We on
all
YouTube too.
On all platforms we're on, which is just YouTube and IG. But until next time,
Damn,
peace.
Peace.
Register to vote.
Yeah.